Hello guys, and for my 4% female audience, hello. We're almost done this trip. It's now been almost 3 months and I have 5 days left. Man, what a journey. All the people that I met, all the things that I learned. As some of you guys know, last year as a professional poker player, I only played 800 hours at the tables. So being able to grind at a place that's only 10 minutes away with a good rake structure and good games felt like a blessing. And I was super appreciative to be able to do that. Man, I love poker. The journey's gonna continue after this trip. There will be a pause in the action though, for sure. But again, let me know in the comments where you guys want to see me go next, because I am open to suggestions. Today, we're gonna go grind the 2-5. It's currently 5 p.m. and I'm gonna play a 5 to 6 hour session. I'll see you guys on the tables. I don't know why, but today feels different. On my drive to the casino, I was reminiscing about all the ups and all the downs I experienced on this trip. At my lowest point, I had 5K left with me, and at my highest point, I had 50K. Now, I've got around 41K. We're on a 9K downswing, and I'm looking to climb out of it. I've been here for almost 3 months, and we got 3 more sessions to go. I sit down with $1,000 in front of me at the 2-5 no limit. I'm about 20 minutes into the session, and the first playable hand I look down at is pocket aces. Perfect scenario. It folds to me, and I open for $30 because there's a straddle. The straddle makes the call. We're headed off to a flop with $60 in the middle, and it comes out 9 of hearts, deuce of hearts, 4 of diamonds. He checks it over to me, and I go for a range bet of $20. This is a dry board. He then check raises me to 75. I don't really have too many reads on this guy yet. I just sat down. I've never played with him, so we're just gonna make the call here. The turn comes out the 6 of clubs. He now bets $150, not slowing down whatsoever. I'm now thinking about what can I really beat here. This is a dry board, but sure, there's a lot of draws, and against someone who I don't really know how they're playing, I'm just gonna continue making the call. The river comes out the ace of spades. Now, I know I for sure have the best hand, and I'm expecting to cooler some sort of set, hopefully. I'm especially thinking that when he leads out for $350. I don't think for too long. I go all in, expecting him to call if he's got a set, $875 effective. He thinks for 5 to 10 seconds and then folds his hand. So I make a mental note that this guy's probably capable of bluffing, assuming that he probably had nothing here. I think he would have thought for a bit longer if he had some sort of showdown value. About an hour and a half goes by. I won a few pots and it's got my stack now to $2,300. You might be wondering why I didn't show these hands. Well, they just weren't that important. Some hands are played in the most straightforward way possible. I made about $400 within that time. This one's pretty fun though. I look down at pocket fours. I've got $2,300 in front of me. I'm in the big blind and open for $30. Straddle makes the call. The flop comes out 10, 6, deuce, all diamonds. I check it over to him and he checks it back. Now I'm assuming this guy doesn't have a pair. I think in blind v blind scenarios, people always bet their pair in position. The turn comes out the 10 of spades. The river's the 8 of spades. Flush misses. I now bet $5, expecting to hopefully get called by maybe even his queen highs here. He does make the call, and my pocket fours are gonna be good. Maybe I should have went $10. You guys might be wondering why I added that small pot into the vlog and not some of those other ones. Well, this one wasn't played in a straightforward way. I'm at a fun table. I have ace-10 suited and open $30. Button, he's a maniac, he makes the call. When I say maniac, I mean he's never afraid to bluff. He takes every opportunity he can. Small blind makes the call as well. He's a tighter player. The flop comes out ace of diamonds, 8 of clubs, 7 of clubs. It checks to the button and he goes for a bet of $65. Remember, this is the maniac and he loves to bet in position. So I assume his range looks like a bunch of ace-x, some 2 pairs, and then probably just a ton of draws. He would even bet a hand like Jack-9 here, pure, and he might even have all the offsuit combos. Small blind makes the call. I don't love that, but I make the call as well. I've got top pair with a pretty decent kicker. Headed off to the turn. Comes out the deuce of hearts. We check it over to the maniac once again, and he continues betting, and now he goes large. 180. Small blind, he makes the call, and that's when I tell myself it's time to get out of this hand. Small blind was tanking for a while, deciding if he wanted to raise. I could feel it. So I told myself if he calls, I'm out of here. I make the fold. I'm gonna continue this hand though because it does go to showdown. The river comes out the 5 of diamonds. Small blind now leads for $200, and the button, he jams all in for $600. Small blind snap calls, and the button shows 6-4 of clubs. So he hits his gut shot on the river and stacks a small blind player who I'm assuming probably had a set or 2 pair. I look down at king queen offsuit on the button. My stack is now at $2,100. I've lost a few hundred within the last hour. Under the gun limps for $10. There's still a straddle in this game. So I make it 40 in the cutoff when it folds to me. Straddle makes the call, and the under the gun limper makes the call as well. 3 ways to a flop. It comes out deuce 7, 8, rainbow. They check it over to me, and I'm gonna go for a range bet here. We can get called by worse hands, like straight draws, and also fold out some of their ace highs. I bet $40. They both make the call. The turn comes out the 5 of spades. They check it over to me again, and this is a spot now where I don't really like this card. I think it connects with them a lot. They can even have hands like 6-7, 5-6, 6-8 that are just never folding. So I check it back. And the river, it comes out a favorable card, the king of diamonds. They check it over to me, and I'm pretty sure they know this card is going to hit my range. So I have to be a little bit careful here because they could be trapping with a made hand that they got on the turn. But I go for a value bet, and I'm thinking about the sizing. The pot is now $240. I'm thinking half pot is probably the right size here to maybe get looked up by a worse pair. I bet $110, but unfortunately, they both make the fold. I've got pocket 5s in the big blind. Maniac, he's got a stack of $2,000 and we have him covered. He opens 35 from low jack. Button, he's got $1,000, makes the call. So I make the call as well, looking to set mine here. The flop comes out, king of clubs, 9 of diamonds, 6 of diamonds. The action ends up checking around. So now I'm gonna assume that these guys probably don't have a flush draw or straight draw. The turn comes out to 8 of diamonds, and when the maniac checks on the flop, I'm assuming he has some sort of showdown value. He is capable of folding though, with the idea that these guys probably don't have a flush, and my range could be pretty strong here with a bunch of sets, maybe even some random straights and 2 pairs. I lead out for $65. But they both end up making the call, which I found a little bit surprising. A couple things can happen here. I can get called by hands like ace queen, ace jack with a diamond in them. So I think I can be ahead sometimes, but I also think that they can have some pairs as well. Maybe hands like 9-10 that check back, pocket jacks, all those kind of hands. So I think my hand sometimes again can be ahead, sometimes behind. It's a little bit of like a merge. I definitely got to be careful though in these kind of spots because these are the ones that could get me in trouble. The river comes out and it's the 7 of hearts. So I hit my disguise straight. This is absolutely the perfect card in the deck for me. I leave for $50, expecting to maybe get called by some 2 pairs. Who knows what they might call me with. This is a super small bet. I don't expect much folds. The maniac calls, and the button ends up tank calling as well. Well, at first I flip over my hand, and the maniac, he ends up showing ace-9 offsuit, saying that he knew I was full of it, and he had no diamond as well. Maybe I could have got him to fold that by river if I blasted it, which I had plans to do. And the button, he ends up showing pocket 7s with a diamond, so he rivers a weird set. So I'm going to take this one down, which feels pretty good here. Probably which is up against the right players with the right hands in this scenario. I'm in the small blind and look down at ace-10 suited. Hijack and cut off limp for $10. The button, he's a super aggro player as well. He raises to $60. This is not the same guy as before. I decide that I don't want to 3-bet here because I want to play the pot with these other guys who limped. So I make the call. Cut off calls as well, and the other guy gets out of the way. 3 ways headed to a flop. It comes out the 10 of hearts, 8 of hearts, 4 of spades. We hit top. I check. The cutoff player ends up betting out even though he wasn't the pre-flop aggressor for $150. This guy just sat down. He's got a business suit on. Looks like he's here for some sort of conference. It's late at night. The button ends up folding. So I jam for the rest of his stack, which is $350 effective, and he makes the call. The turn, 7 of diamonds, and the river, king of diamonds. I end up showing my hand, and we win versus 8-9 of diamonds. Your mouths are probably watering right now just thinking about how good these Florida games are. Maybe you got to get down there to check them out for yourself. I'd say though, tonight was just a great game. They're not always like this, but it is a good casino. I've been running pretty good this session. Feel like I've been playing pretty solid too. Maybe that pocket 5s hand was a little bit of a punt. I don't think so though. I have ace queen suited in the straddle. Button raises to $20. Pretty small size when there's a straddle going on, especially from the button. Small blind makes the call. So I squeeze here and I go $125 with the 3-bet. Button ends up making the call, and the small blind, he's only got 100 in his stack total. He's all in. So the main pot's about $300 and the side pot is $50. The flop comes out and it's queen of hearts, deuce of diamonds, 5 of diamonds. We hit top again. I bet $125, expecting him to continue with any of his underpairs to the queen or any queen X himself, but he just ends up folding. The turn comes out the ace of hearts, river 3 of diamonds. I table my hand and we're just gonna be good here, of course. That's gonna wrap up the session. I actually ended up losing a $1,200 pot on the last rotation after I put my camera away, so we lost $600 there, but it was still a great session. That's gonna bring us to the end of today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I just wanted to say a quick sorry for the delay in between my last video. I was trying to find a new editor, and thankfully I found a great one. So all good on that front, and now videos are gonna start pumping out again. I got 2 more Florida vlogs ready to be uploaded after this one, and then I also have a surprise of where I went after that I can't wait to upload, a 5-day mini trip. But this session was solid. I bought in for a total of $1,000 and cashed out for a total of $2,630. So we profited just over $1,600. I look at that as a massive win because, as some of you guys know, I was on a little bit of a downswing. I believe it was around $9,000. So getting a $1,600 win after not really winning a session for around 5 sessions in a row feels pretty good. And hopefully we can keep the momentum going into the next session. I think I did so well because you guys showed a lot of love in my last 2 videos, and I think it brought me some luck. So I appreciate you guys, and let's keep building here. Let's keep grinding. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.